Bonjour, that's hello in French, and it's our first step into this beautiful language. Diving straight in, let's explore some common French greetings, shall we? Our first is bonjour, the daytime greeting, equivalent to our hello. As the day turns to night, bonsoir takes its place, meaning good evening. And of course, the all-important comment ça va, or how are you in English. Remember, starting a conversation is all about greeting. So, bonjour, bonsoir, or comment ça va. Pick your choice. Diving deeper into French, we encounter verbs and pronouns, the core of every sentence. Let's start with French pronouns, which are quite similar to English. We have je for I, tu for you, and il and elle for he and she, respectively. It translates to il or elle, depending on the gender of the noun it represents. For we, use nous and ils or elles for they, again based on gender. Now let's conjugate the verb être, which means to be. It's one of the most common verbs in French, so mastering its conjugation is a great start. For I, say je suis, which means I am. For you, it's tu es, or you are. He is and she is translate to il est and elle estimated. We are is nous sommes. And finally, they are is ils sont, or elles sont, depending on the gender. Remember, French is a language with gendered nouns, so the pronoun changes depending on whether you're referring to a masculine or feminine subject or object. Just to recap, the pronouns are je, tu, il, elle, nous, ils, and elles, and the conjugations of être are je suis, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, ils sont, and elles sont. So whether it's je suis, I am, or nous sommes, we are, verbs and pronouns form the backbone of French. Words, words, and more words. Expanding your vocabulary is the key to mastering French. But don't worry, it's not as daunting as it sounds. Let's start with the basics, the words and phrases you'd use in everyday life. First up, merci. This is how you say thank you in French. Simple, right? Next, if you want to say please, you'd say s'il vous plaît. It might seem a little longer than what you're used to, but practice makes perfect. Moving on, if you're navigating through a bustling Parisian cafe and need to excuse yourself, you'd say excuse-moi. This phrase is your polite ticket through any crowded space. Remember, learning these words is not just about understanding their English counterparts, it's about immersing yourself in the French culture, the French way of life. So, the next time you want to say thank you in French, just say merci. Pronunciation can be tricky, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Let's start with the French R. It's not as hard as it sounds. Imagine you're gargling water or trying to clear your throat. That's the sound you're aiming for. Now let's move on to nasal vowels. In French, some vowels are pronounced through the nose. Think of the word bon. Practice saying it as though you're humming the on. Lastly, we have silent letters. French is notorious for its silent letters, especially at the end of words. So the word beaucoup is pronounced beaucoup, not beaucoup. Here's a tip. When you come across a new word, try to listen to it being spoken by a native speaker. There are plenty of resources online where you can hear the pronunciation. Remember, practice makes perfect, so keep working on those French sounds. We've covered a lot today, but this is just the beginning of your French journey. We kicked off with the basics, greetings like bonjour and au revoir. Remember, a simple greeting can open up a world of conversations. Next, we dived into the heart of the French language, verbs and pronouns. These are the building blocks of sentences, so keep practicing them until they become second nature. Then we expanded your vocabulary. From colors to food to days of the week, every new word you learn is a new way to express yourself. And finally, we tackled pronunciation. It might be tricky at first, but don't be discouraged. With time and practice, you'll master the unique sounds of French. So, keep practicing, keep learning. Your dedication and effort will definitely pay off. Au revoir and good luck on your French learning journey. Remember, every word, every phrase brings you one step closer to fluency.